Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abel and welcome back to Local to Global with KV Mechelen on FM22. Just 3 games to go before we split into the Championship group and the European playoff group. And we are currently sitting in 4th place with a game extra to play. So things are going quite well. We did well off camera. Today we have AA Ghent who have dropped down to 6th place, but still going to be a difficult game away from home. If we can get a point, I'll be happy with that. If we can win, even better. Let's just try not to lose. If you're enjoying this series, of course, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. Let's hope for a good result today. Last game we played in the last video was not good. Hopefully this one's better. So last episode we lost 3-1 against Ostender, who went 3-0 up. We did get a goal late on as the substitutes Zonyo and Schwaref created the goal and scored it. But that was all we could really do. Apart from that, we were really poor. Thankfully, 4 games off camera, we did a lot better. They were easier games that were against teams in the bottom half, and we did all right. So let's see what happened. Noster's gonna try and put this back in there again. It's Walsh who's gone inside, and here's Denis. Denis to Van den Eyden, and he's played through Gudjonsson, and Gudjonsson scores. 13 minutes gone, Union 0, Mechelen 1. Ball back with the goalkeeper Roddy de Boer here, and he's gone, well, over everybody. Gudjonsson with a header to Van den Eyden, and that's a lovely finish. It's 2-0. 18 minutes gone, Mechelen with 2 goals in the space of about 5 minutes, and they were both, pretty impressive. Denis to Van den Eyden. That's a really good ball. Buono, I couldn't quite get the position he wanted though, but it's a lovely assist for Gudjonsson though to make it 1-0 with about 90 seconds on the clock. Buono was kind of forced out wide, but it went well. Olsen with a free kick, and De Vern's there first. He's got ahead of the defence and equalises for Anderlecht. It's 1-1, 20 minutes gone, 21 minutes gone. Here comes Basilio. And he's gone right to the byline. It's a good cross. Denis with a header. And it's away by Almeida. Here's Van Leberg. He can have a go from there, but he goes to Basilio. Here's Buono. Basilio back in again. Oh, he adds a turn. And Konatar with a volley. And it's 2-1 with an hour gone. Konatar with, I think, his first goal for the club. And he's given them the lead. Basilio with a free kick. Oh, it's in! 5th minute in the match. Basilio with a 30-yard free kick that beats the goalkeeper. It's 1-0. Konatar with the corner kick. Oh, and it's in by Buono, but it's not going to count. I think the goalkeeper was impeded there. It's offside. Corner from Van Leberg. Bogdanovic with the near post header. It's in by Gudjonsson. There's no doubt about that one. That's onside. It's 2-0 Mechelen. Here's the goalkeeper Chupic. And he's gone long. He's going to look for the striker, I think. And he finds him. He's gone over the top. And it's Kogbo. And it's a goal back for Verton. 74th minute. Might be a bit late, but a chance for Verton to maybe steal a point here. De Silva Lopez with the ball for Cercle Bruges here. We're barely 30 seconds into the match here. Here's Basilio. Basilio to Van den Eyden. A ball over the top for Denis. Well controlled. And 37 seconds. It's 1-0. Felicien Denis with a goal inside a minute. It's gone up to Gudjonsson, but he's lost the header to Haag. Here's Denis. That's a really good ball for Gudjonsson. And Gudjonsson scores. He shoots and scores. 52nd minute. Mechelen 2. Cercle Bruges 0. It's looking like maximum points from the last 4 games for Mechelen. That's exactly what it was. 4 wins from 4. Again, some performances that weren't amazing, but enough for us to get the 3 points and some games that we really should have won, and we did. Anderlecht was the only difficult one in there, and we beat them 2-1 as well. So things went really well, and currently in the table, we're in 4th place. We still have a game to play because it's Sunday night. We're 4 points clear of Charleroi, 5 clear of Ghent, who we face today. So hopefully we can avoid defeat here and keep that gap, at the very least 4 points. We're 2 behind Genk, so we could go to 3rd if we do win. We are 4 behind Ostender. We are 15 behind Club Brugge, who I think are a bit too far gone. But the aim is going to be, after the Championship group, try and finish in that top 3. That will guarantee European football. It's going to be a bit difficult, but we will give it our best shot. We need some money from Europe. Even like Europa Conference League, it's not going to be that much money, but it's going to be a start. This club is £9 million in debt. They need money. And apart from player sales, the only other way to get it is to get into Europe. We should have sold Schweirer, to be honest. A couple of clubs came in for Elias Schweirer. He's joining Montpellier on a free, but we could have sold him for a fair bit of money, and we didn't do it. And now he's leaving on a free. So we made a bit of a mess there. But once he's gone, we will have an extra $7,000 in the wage budget, which I think is still going to have us overspending by a bit. But it's a big chunk of the wage bill that's gone on a player that hasn't really been that great for us. So yeah, the hope is we can get them European football. There's no prize money in here, this league, unless you win it. And even then, Club Brugge will only get about £600,000. There just isn't any money in the Belgian league. So, you're not going to get a lot of money unless you sell players or get the money in from European football. But we need to try and get there first, and hopefully we can do so before we leave. It would be nice to leave them with some European football. We're against Ghent today. We have got a couple of little problems in the side, so we're going to have to try and sort those out. First one of which is Sandy Walsh is suspended because he's picked up too many yellow cards. So, I think the option is going to be Camacho at right back. He did play one game for us. What was the match he played at right back? It was against Zolta, and he was really, really good. He had a really good performance and is, only one so far. He would play more if Sandy Walsh wasn't our captain. So Camacho is going to start today. Buono and Bellato are travelling for international duty. They're both going to the Italy under-23s, which is a bit of an odd one. Let's put Lombert onto the bench. And do we have a right back we can put on the bench? I don't think we do. It might have to be a Wuzu as a makeshift right back. We'll put Nostra onto the bench though. And then Buono needs to come out of the side. It's going to be Zal coming in as like a box-to-box midfielder, I think. All right, that's the side we're going to go with. Basilio had a rotten game last episode, but he's definitely improved since then. Denise, as good as he's ever been. Good Johnson's getting some goals. Yeah, things are going well. I think Good Johnson's on 20 now. He's got 20 in the league. So yeah, he's having a really, really good year compared to last year. It took a long time to get going last year, but now I think he's got a full season under his belt. He's settled in. He's doing really, really well. And Felicien Denis is getting better all the time, and he's a 4-star player now. So I would like to be able to actually pick him up if we leave. If we go to a club that has plenty of money, I'm definitely going to try and buy this guy at my next club, because the way he's improving, he could be a very, very, very good player. So I do want to try and pick him up at whichever club we end up next. We did actually have another job interview in between those few games, and it was again in Ligue 1 in France. It was an interview with Nice, and we did attend the interview, but they instead went with Olivier Delolio, the former Toulouse and Montpellier manager. So we did have another interview. And that actually gave us the option to join them at the end of the season as well. So we would have played through the rest of the season with Mechelen and then joined Nice once we'd finished. So that would have been a nice thing to do. The fact we can organise our new job before we've even finished the season is good. But at the same point, do we want to do that? Do we want to start thinking about our next career move while we're still the manager? I think our full focus needs to be with these guys. So I think that's what we'll do. I think we will just resign at the end of the season and then just look for another job and we'll be unemployed. I think that's how we're going to do it. But, we'll wait and see how things go. Let's get into this match. Let's see if we can avoid defeat and stay in that top 4. I think we will still be in the top 4, but we're going to try and keep that gap open if we can. And here is Denis, about 6.5 minutes into the game. He's gone back to Abuzu. Here's Boknovitz to Zal. This is some nice build-up here. A good spell of possession. Basilio gets the double first there. That's good. And the cross, off the bar by Van den Eyden, I think it was. Really good effort there and a good chance. A very little possession for us in these opening 15 minutes, but we have had 4 shots at goal at the very least. 28% possession. That really isn't good. It's really not a lot. Corner for Ghent with Valgeirson. And it's headed over by Maxa. Right, how do we get more of the ball? How do we do this? Should we just go shorter? Are we losing the ball though? Yeah, look at our pass completion. It really isn't good. Right, let's pass into space and let's dribble less. Let's try that. Our pass completion is way worse than theirs is. That's why we're not having a lot of the ball. We just can't seem to pass it very well. And we've got about 10 minutes to go in this first half. It's been a bit cagey. Both sides with like little chances, but nothing major. About 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Here is Maxa to Haberer. Nahore. Need to take the ball off them here. Valgeirson to Arab. And that's a good ball for Haberer. Oh, and it's hit the post. And that's twice now the woodblock's been hit in this game. Once by us and once by Ghent. And then Denis clears it forward, but only as far as Bain. So I think we're going to go in a half-time goalless. I think that might be the last action. There we go. 0-0. I mean, considering the stats, I'm all right with that. We haven't looked amazing. We've had very little possession. so which I'm going to have a go at them for. So, in possession, do we want to run at the defence? If we're not passing well, maybe run at the defence is how we do it. Because our passing is what's bad. So if we're running with the ball, that might be better. We've got some good carry of the balls on our side. Denis being one of them. He has, 12 dribbling. I thought he had more than that. But it's going to improve. So I think we run at the defence. Let's take off the focus down the right. We're passing in the space. I'm going to regroup when we lose possession as well. So a couple of little tweaks. Start the second half. Let's see if that improves. We're not trying to see that pass completion go up if we can. And it is in the 80s now. So that's good at least. And Camacho with a, free kick here. Here's Van den Enden to Vandenberg. Good Johnson. He's lost the ball. But it wasn't a pass. Again, he got tackled. He lost the ball. Here comes Valgeirson for Ghent. Someone needs to take him out. Well, not take him out, but someone needs to take the ball off him. Here's Nyangbo. Goes to the byline. Haber with a chance. Haber with a goal. 51 minutes. Ghent 1. Mechelen 0. We have won our past 4 games. This is a tough test, though. We managed to beat Anderlecht, but these guys away from home. It's a difficult match. If we lose this one, that point gap is going to close, but I don't think it can be the end of the world. Nyangbo. It was a good pass to Haber. The defending just wasn't really good enough. Let's fire up and let's see what happens. We have a highlight from kickoff, which is always a good sign. Sometimes it's not, though. This may well be 2-0 Ghent rather than 1-1, but let's see. Here's Felicien Denis. That's a good ball for Van den Eden. This could be a very swift reply if he can put this in, and he does. That is, less than a minute after Ghent's goal, and it's 1-1. Bas Van den Eden is on a yellow card, which we might have to be a bit careful about, but he's equalised. Ghent 1, Mechelen 1, and the goals coming within a minute of each other. Really good through ball by Denis for Van den Eden, and the finish, the goalkeeper's right, was good. Right into the bottom corner. He was not getting to that. Okay, good start. Right, now the fire-up might have been a bad thing because I didn't expect to go straight away, but we'll see. This would be a good point away from home. We keep that gap at the same. So I'll be happy with that. And we're an hour into the game now. Can we hold on and avoid defeat here? The possession is a lot better. It's still, in the 30s, but our passing has definitely improved since we put on the run at defence. So that's good at least. I'm going to make some changes, though. Timo Zahl's not had a great game, but he's playing a bit further forward than he used to. So Lombert's going to come on. And I'm also going to take off Basilio. He's a bit tired. Vitor Zonyo is going to come on. He did have a good impact from the bench against Ostenda. So he's going to come on in Basilio's place. Okay, about 12 minutes to go. It'll be a good point to hold on to here if we can. In the last 10 minutes. Van den Eden with a goal immediately after Haberers might save us a point here. Final change is going to be Good Johnson off for Schweiref. 3 minutes to go. Okay, again, it's not been an amazing game. It's not been an amazing performance, but I think this is a pretty big point away from home as we go into injury time. This may well be another point and an important one at that. 94 minutes are up and it's full time. Not an amazing game once again, but a good point for us away from home there. I think we definitely improved in the second half. Even though we did go behind, we then equalised. The pass completion was better. The possession was still less than theirs, but we got it into the 40s. So I think we definitely improved as the game went on. Genk won 2-0. They beat Club Brugge. Club Brugge lost again. I think that's their 3rd defeat so far. They might have lost more since then. So that gap has gone to 14 points. Genk stay a point ahead of us. We're still 5 clear of Ghent. So yeah, that's not a bad point away from home. I think a draw there is totally fine. If we'd have lost, of course, that gap would have shrunk to 2 points. So we didn't want that. There's 2 games to go and we have a 5-point lead. So if we can get a draw in one of those games, then we should be okay because we have 1 more win than Ghent do and our goal difference is a lot better. So I think we do have the advantage when it comes to a level on points scenario. So I think if we can get a point in one of our last 2 games, that will guarantee top 4. Obviously, we want to try and finish in the top 3 before the end of the championship group, but, we need to be in that top 4, and at the moment, that's looking good. We've got 2 more games, and I think if we can avoid defeat in one of these 2 games, that should guarantee us a championship group place. We host Antwerp, who are in 11th place, so hopefully that will be a win, and then we're away against Westerlo, who are in 9th. They've just overtaken Lamel to go into the top half. So I think if we can avoid defeat in one of those 2 games, we should be good for that top 4, and we can have ourselves a championship playoff group. 6 more games against, you'd think, Club Brugge, Ostenda, and Genk. It's going to be difficult ones, but we want to try and get into that 3rd spot to guarantee Europe. If we finish 4th, we'd have to take on the winner of the 5th to 8th playoff, the one we were in last season, in a final playoff to decide who gets that last Europa League spot. We might get Europa Conference League in 4th place. I think it would depend on who wins the Belgian Cup. And I don't know who's in that this season. I don't know who is in the final because we went out of the first hurdle. The Belgian Cup is between Antwerp and Club Brugge. So, where are Antwerp? Antwerp are down in 11th. So if they were to win the Belgian Cup, then 4th place would be guaranteed that football. That Europa Conference League football. So I'm rooting for Antwerp in that final, definitely. But we have 2 more games to go before we split into those 2 playoff groups, and hopefully we can stay in that top 4. All we need to do is get a draw in one of these 2 games. Hopefully we can get results in both of them, because I think Antwerp at home is definitely a game that we can and should be winning. Westerlo's going to be a bit tougher. It's away from home and they're a bit further up the table, but hopefully we can do enough to get into the top 4. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new. We'll have both those games next time. But for now, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.